everyone. Welcome to this vinyasa class. We'll be going through a flow basically that's kind of based on some series C's. So we'll be going through our flows starting with our low lunges, and we'll just add on from there, finding different shapes, awakening our body, really stretching through our whole body, really using some different planes of movement from low lunges, high lunges, warrior 3, and everything in between. So enjoy. And I don't think you'll need anything for this class really. If you want to grab a couple of blocks or books just to keep them nearby, that's fine, but I don't think that we'll be using them. But just in case you feel the need, have them handy. Alright, we'll get started right away. Coming into our tabletop position. Just kind of waking up our shoulders to start with. So our hips are over our knees, our shoulders over our wrists. And we'll just become aware of our shoulders and how they move. So we're spreading our fingers apart, the eyes, so the inside of our elbows is pointing forward, our index fingers are pointing forward, engaging our hands, our fingers, almost like we're gripping the mat. And then we'll just move our shoulder blades. So as we exhale, dropping our shoulder blades down, feeling them move together. So move closer. And then pushing the mat away, not quite coming into cat-cow here, just into some protraction, retraction with our shoulders. Pushing the mat away as we feel our shoulder blades kind of move back, move away from each other, our back rounding. So just going through these movements here for a few moments, warming up our shoulders, feeling how our shoulder blades are moving here. Exhaling as we push the mat away, inhaling as we come back, and then slowly we're going to make those movements a little bigger and turning them into cat-cows, so bending our back, looking up. And on our exhale, pushing the mat away, rounding our entire back. This time our gaze drops. Inhale and exhale. Can even find some more movement and move our hips. Really anything that feels good here, getting into your body, maybe bending the elbows slightly. Exhaling, 2 more. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, bend your back, round your back. And then slowly coming into your straight spine, your neutral back. Walk your feet a little back, your knees a little forward back. And then stretch your arms out, coming into puppy pose. So dropping your chest and your chin onto the mat. Your hips are high into the sky. Your hips are over your knees. Just feeling your shoulder blades here, your shoulders open up and stretch. Of course, here you could place a block underneath your chin if that's a little more comfortable. Tapping into your Ujjayi breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And as you exhale, you're slightly constricting your throat, making that ocean sound with your breath. Just staying here for a couple more rounds of breathing. You can keep your eyes closed or keep them open. And then slowly we're going to come up and press into our first down dog of the day. So bringing your hips high, your tailbone high, maybe pedaling up your legs a bit, bending one knee, bending the other knee. Your arms are engaged and straight. Again, your fingers, your palms are planted into the mat, fingers are strong and engaged. Finding some stillness in your dog as your heels draw closer to the mat. They don't have to reach the mat. Your legs are engaged. You can also bend your knees if that's a little more accessible to you, more comfortable today. Couple more breaths here, looking towards your toes. And then you look forward to your hands. Bend your knees and just step one foot forward, followed by the other, inhaling into your half lift. forward fold. Inhale, slightly bending your knees and rising up, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to your heart. We'll move right into our flow. So not waiting too long, just really getting moving and getting our blood flowing right away. Moving into just one traditional, actually not quite traditional, moving into a Series C, Surya Namaskar C with our low lunge and adding on a little bit in our low lunge. So finding your Tadasana, planting your feet into the mat. Your toes might be touching, there's a slight distance between the heels. Your legs are engaged, so you're feeling your kneecaps move up. Your shoulders are away from the ears. Your face is soft. And on your next inhale, rise your arms high, look up. Exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, finding that half lift, maybe your hands come onto your shins. And then you're stepping your right foot back, lowering your right knee on the mat, bending your left knee, inhaling into your low lunge, look up. On your exhale, bring your arms into a cactus, so bending them at the elbow. Feeling again your shoulder blades move together as you open your chest, inhale. And on your exhale, bring your arms into eagle arms, so wrapping your left arm on top of your right, your palms are touching. Staying here for one breath, inhale. And on your exhale, again, rising up and placing your hands to the mat. Tuck your back toe, come into your downward facing dog. Breathing here. On your next inhale, we'll go through one vinyasa. Shift to high plank pose. Inhale at the top. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. I'm doing up dog, but if cobra is just feeling is what you're feeling right now, then go for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in here. Then we lift our heels, bend our knees, step or hop towards the front of the mat. Inhaling into your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Going through the same thing, other side. Finding your Tadasana on your inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step your left foot back this time, lower left knee to the mat. Inhaling into your low lunge. Exhale, bend your elbows, feeling your chest open up. One inhale here. Exhale, eagle arms right on top of left this time. Feeling here your shoulder blades move away from each other again. On your inhale, rise up into your low lunge, stretching your arms high. Exhale, plant your palms, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Your next inhale, look forward, bend your knees, step or hop towards the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. So starting this way with our arm movements in every flow that's following. So again, we're coming into our low lunge, bending our elbows, coming into that cactus arms, feeling our shoulder blades move together, our chest is opening. And then as you exhale, bending, keeping your elbows bent, moving into that eagle arms, and feeling your shoulder blades move away from each other, kind of what we did in the very beginning, the protraction, retraction. Alright, coming into our next flow, adding on, finding your Tadasana, body's engaged. On your next inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, step your right foot back, low lunge, right knee goes to the mat. Inhaling your arms high. Exhale, bending your elbows here. Inhale, opening your chest. Exhale, eagle arms. We'll tuck our toes this time, our right toes, and press up into a high lunge, keeping our eagle arms wrap here. Breathing deeply. couple of breaths. And our next inhale, unwrap your arms, high lunge. Bring your arms overhead, reaching up, looking up. Bending that left knee deeply. Feeling your right quad stretch. Breathing here, inhale. And on your next exhale, hinge at your hips and come into your warrior three. Maybe a little more gracefully than I just did. Finding your balance here, your right leg stretching towards the back of the room. Your hips are squared, so your right hip is moving slightly down. Breathing here, your arms are reaching towards the front. You can also keep them in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra. One more breath, inhale. On your exhale, come back into your high lunge. Breathing here. Hands to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog, and go through one vinyasa, rocking forward, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in your down dog. Your next inhale, lift your right leg high. On your exhale, some core work, bringing your right knee towards your right elbow, shifting into your high plank. Feeling your arms are engaged, your shoulder blades are moving away from each other. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to left elbow, finding that little twist here. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Lower your left knee to the mat. Inhale, just for one. Inhale into your low lunge. Your exhale brings your hands back to the mat. Stepping forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Tadasana. Moving into the other side. On your next inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your palms, left foot steps back, lowering the left knee. Inhale into your low lunge. Exhale, bends the elbows, opening your chest. One big inhale. Exhale, eagle arms, right arm over left. Staying here again, feeling that movement of your shoulder blades, tucking your left toes, and press up into your high lunge. High lunge with our eagle arms. Breathing here. One more deep inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, rise your arms high towards the ceiling, looking up. And on your exhale, hinge at the hips. And again, finding your warrior three. Finding your balance pose here. Your drishti is helping you keeping steady. Your hips are squared. Squaring off your hips, it's helpful if you imagine your pinky toe of the floating leg, so in this case of my left leg, the pinky toe moving kind of towards the mat. That kind of gives you that ability to close that left hip and square the hips off. Breathing here. Tapping into your Ujjayi breath, and then slowly bending your right knee, coming into your high lunge, just for a moment. And then exhale, hands to the mat, step into your downward facing dog. On your inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, brings your left knee to your left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, finding that twist. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Lower your right knee to the mat. Inhale into your low lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Tadasana, Tadasana. Feeling your heart rate is probably going up a bit. I'm getting a little out of breath here. It's a lot when you have to talk the whole time. On your next inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, half back. back, step your right foot back, lower right knee to the mat, inhaling into your low lunge, you know the drill now. Exhale, bending your elbows. On your inhale, opening your chest. Exhale, eagle arms. In your low lunge, tuck your right toes, press up into your high lunge. One round of breath, and on our inhale, we're reaching our arms high. On our exhale, we're hinging forward, finding our warrior three. Staying here just for a moment, not as long as the first round. Inhaling here. Your next exhale brings you already back to your high lunge. Inhale, you're there. And on your exhale, you're going to reach your right arm forward, your left arm towards the back, finding a little bit of a twist here. You can look towards the back, or if it's better for your balance, look towards the front, finding that twist here. Inhale, and on your exhale, your right hand comes onto the inside of your left foot, finding that easy twist. Your left arm is reaching high. Your left leg is bent 90 degrees. Your right leg is strong, stretching towards the back. Really planting your right hand into the mat now, finding that stability, powering through your arm. Your upper arm is externally rotated, so the eye of the elbow, the inside of the elbow is pointing towards the front. Inhaling here and try on your exhale to step your left foot on top of your right, finding your Vashisthasana, your side plank. Of course, you can also place your left foot kind of in the midline of your hand and feet, bending that left knee. But if you can find your full Vashisthasana, side plank, breathing here. And then we're going to separate our knees just briefly, and then bend your left knee and step your left foot behind you, about in the middle of, again, middle distance between your hands and your feet, pressing up into wide thing, powering through your right arm. Your left arm reaches towards the front of the room. You're opening your chest, dropping your head back, breathing here. Inhale, and on your exhale, gently swift to your downward facing dog. Breathing here. One vinyasa. Inhale, high plank pose, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming back forward with our dog core work. So on your inhale, lifting your right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through. Lower the left knee onto the mat. Inhaling, low lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat. Left foot meets right at the top. Inhaling into your half lift. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, look up. And let's go straight into the other side. Exhale, hinge at the hip, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Step your left foot back. Low lunge. Left knee to the mat. Inhaling your arms high. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, eagle arms, right arm over left. Tuck your left toes, press up into high lunge. Finding your high lunge here. On your next inhale, rise your arms high. Exhale, reaches forward, hinging at the hips. Finding your warrior three. Just for one breath, inhaling here. Exhale, floats back to your high lunge. Inhale as you arrive. Exhale, your left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches back. Finding that twisted high lunge here. Inhaling. On your exhale, hinging at the hips and bringing your left arm on the inside of the right foot. Your right arm reaches high. You're opening up towards the right side here. Your right knee is bent. Your left leg is straight. Breathing deeply. And again, powering your left arm, really engaging them. The left arm, keeping your shoulder safe. Shoulder away from the ear. On your next breath, step your right leg on top of your left, finding your side plank, Vashisthasana. Breathing here. Again, you have the option of finding that variation of regressing your side plank. by stepping your right foot about midline, hands and knees, bending your right knee. But if you can keep your right foot on top of your left. Inhaling now, just widening your legs, bending your right knee and stepping it behind you about halfway to your arm, to your hand, and opening your chest, stretching through that left leg, your right arm powering through, opening your chest here, wide thing. Inhale, and on your exhale, come back to your downward facing dog. One vinyasa, high plank pose, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right, elbow twist. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose round in your back. And step the left foot through. Lower your right knee to the mat. One inhale, low lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your right foot forward next to your left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Tadasana. Right, coming into our last flow now. Adding on just a little bit more. Working through our last flow before we slow down. Finding your Tadasana, feeling the mat below the sole of your feet. Your legs again are engaged. Feeling your kneecaps move up, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Step your right foot back, low lunge. Inhaling as you raise your arms towards the ceiling. Exhale as you bend your elbows. On your inhale, opening your chest more. And on your exhale, finding your eagle arms. Left arm over right. Tuck your back toes. One more time, press up into your high lunge. Inhale, reaches your arms high. And this time on your exhale, open out towards the side, coming into your warrior two. Your right foot is parallel to the short end of the mat. Your left knee is bent. Your arms are engaged, reaching. Looking over your fingertips. Breathing here. One more inhale. And on your exhale, shifting towards the back, so I'm going to come around this side so that you guys can still see me. So you're shifting towards your back, bending your right knee this time, coming into Skandasana. So your right knee is bent, pushing your elbow into your right knee, maybe to open the hip. Your left leg is straight and engaged, your toes are pointing up. Breathing here, feeling that stretch in your hamstring and feeling your right hip open up as you press your elbow into the inside of the knee. One more breath, inhale here, and then you're slowly going to come to a seated position, just kind of gracefully or not so gracefully. Coming back, your right knee stays bent. You're going to bend your left knee. We'll just find a quick twist. So sitting up for your seated twist pose, bending your left knee, your left heel, coming to your right sitting bone. Your right foot is on the outside of your left knee. Inhaling here, your left arm high. On your exhale, right arm behind. You're finding that twist, looking over your right shoulder. Inhale here. On your exhale, twist a little deeper. One more time, inhale. Exhale. And on your next inhale, come back through center. And you're going to press up onto your knees. So from here, you can keep your hands either in front of your heart, or you can use them to kind of help you press up if you don't have enough strength to do it. So either way, with your hands on the mat or with your hands in front of your heart, just try to press up and come on your left knee. Straightening that leg, straightening your hips, and then coming back down. And we'll do that 2 more times. So inhale, press up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, press up. And then come back down. Not very gracefully, probably. Try to transition into Malasana here. So coming just for a moment into your Malasana, into your yogi squat, and then we'll come into our crow pose, which is kind of the peak pose for today, although we not really a peak pose flow, but you know, I think it's this arm balances for some can be quite challenging, but you can also progress it further for those who have already kind of mastered it. And we'll go through that just a little bit now. So your feet are together, your toes, your heels are touching, your hands are firmly planted into the mat. And I'm going to remind you of that feeling of having your shoulders rounded, so your shoulder blades moved away from each other, so protracted. You'll put your knees come up into your armpits almost, or you can keep them on the outside of your upper arms. And slowly you're going to just shift your weight forward. Just see how that feels and get into that rounded back. So really pressing your hands, your palms of the hands into the mat. Your elbows can still be bent. And then maybe play with lifting one foot, lifting the other foot off the mat. Maybe you're finding some flight. Here is again where a block could be handy. If you're a little scared to lift your hips high, because your shoulders do come over your wrists, so beyond your wrists, that can be a little scary for some. So if you just come up on a block, you'll find a little more height in your hips, and it might be easier to get that shift forward. And then you just float your legs, rounding your back, really pushing into the mat, and then maybe trying to straighten your elbows a little more. Breathing here, engaging the core. On inhale here, and then on your exhale, for those who have a strong crow, you can try to jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, coming into your up dog, and your exhale comes into your downward facing dog. Otherwise, you just come out of your crow pose, step back into your down dog, and we'll just lower our knees here and come into one child's pose. Maybe bringing the forehead to your mat, your hips sinking back. We'll have one more time to kind of practice this crow pose, and of course, you can stay child's. Of course, you can always pause the video and rewind and listen to the instructions, and then pause the video and try again on your own time. All right. Just finishing out this one flow, coming back into your downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose. Step it through, lowering the left knee towards the mat. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat, left foot meets the right. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, coming into the second side. Inhale, half lift. Step your left foot back. Low lunge. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactus arms. Inhale, opens the chest. Exhale, eagle arms, right over left, feeling your shoulder blades move away from each other as you tuck your toes. Press up into your high lunge. And your inhale reaches your arms high. Exhale, open out to warrior two. Bending your right knee deeply. Your left foot parallel to the short end of the mat. The backs of your arms are engaged, looking over your front arms. Breathing here. Maybe sinking a little deeper on your exhale. And then again, you're gonna shift back, bend your left knee, your left toes are probably gonna point out a bit, bending your left knee, straightening your right leg, toes are pointing up, feeling that stretch in your hamstring, pushing your left elbow into your left knee, feeling your hip open, breathing here for another few moments. And then slowly you can place your hands on the mat, just coming to that seated position. You might be off the mat, I'm off the mat, it doesn't matter. Bend your right knee, preparing for your twist. So moving your right foot towards the left sitting bone, left knee going over your right thigh, inhaling your right arm high, and exhale, finding your twist, your left arm is behind you. Inhale here, and on your exhale, twist a little deeper. One more breath, inhaling deeply. Exhale, looking over your left shoulder. And your next inhale brings you back towards the front. One more time, we're going to do those lift ups. So again, you can keep your hands on the mat, or you can keep them in Anjali Mudra in front of your heart. Hips up, coming onto your right knee. Exhale, lower down. 2 more times, lift up, lower down. Last time, lift up, lower down. And then again, not very gracefully. You're looking towards the back of your mat now, coming into that, into your yogi squat, but keeping your feet close together. Again, bringing your elbows into your upper arms, and then shifting that weight forwards. And playing here in crow, finding some hand time maybe. Breathing deeply. Inhaling here, rounding your back. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're facing the back of the mat now, but that doesn't really matter. Finishing off our vinyasa. Inhale, your left leg high. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose round the back. Step the foot through. Lower your right knee to the mat. Inhaling, low lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Namaste. Great work. All right, great work. We'll slow down now. We'll come back towards the top of the mat. Moving through a little bit of a slowdown now. One last vinyasa. Inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time plant your palms, step or hop back into your high plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high and bring your right knee towards your right wrist, coming into your pigeon pose. So your knee is bent. Just look towards the back to make sure that your left leg is kind of in the middle of the mat and straight. And then try to walk your hands out a bit. If your right sitting bones isn't on the mat, you can take a block and put it below. If pigeon pose is absolutely not for you, then you can do recline pigeon on your back, coming into that kind of figure 4 on your back. Otherwise, you'll just kind of walk your hands forward and coming into your full pigeon pose, maybe resting your forehead on the mat, feeling that hip open up. Breathing deeply, staying here for a few breaths, just finding some stillness here. Of course, if coming all the way down isn't comfortable for you, you can always kind of stay with your upper body lifted up, propping yourself up on your hands, or maybe on your forearms to kind of find that halfway. So whatever is comfortable for you. We'll stay for one more round of breath. Deeply exhale. And then slowly you're going to come up, plant your palms, tuck your left toe, come into your downward facing dog, and maybe just shake up that right leg. Shake it out, shake it out. Finding your down dog. Inhale, coming to the other side of your left leg high. Step your left knee comes toward the left wrist. Right leg, stretch it towards the back. Just check in to make sure that it's straight. The left side can feel completely different to the right side. So if full pigeon pose on the right side was great for you, but this doesn't feel so great, again, feel free to come to your back and find that figure four. Otherwise, slowly coming all the way down. Maybe bringing your forehead onto your hands or onto the mat. Maybe you're staying up on your forearms. Maybe you're staying up on your hands. However deep you go, it doesn't really matter. Just feeling that stretch. Finding some stillness. Tapping into your Ujjayi breath. Few more moments. One more round of breath. Exhale the air out of your lungs. And then slowly you're going to come back up. Again, pressing the hands into your mat. Tuck your right toes. Come into your downward facing dog. Shake up your left leg. Shake it out, shake it out. Find your down dog. Look towards the front of the mat. Bend your knees and step or hop through to seated. So finding your Sukhasana here. Your right leg is in front of the left. Bending your knees, of course. Finding your straight spine. And then we'll just open up towards the front again. Bending forward. Finding your Sukhasana. So your right foot is in front of your left foot. Inhaling, straight spine, and on your exhale again, hinging at your hips and folding forward. Maybe bringing your forearms towards the mat, coming down, or just staying upright a bit. Whatever feels good. Just taking a moment here. And then we'll come back up. Coming into some core work from here, and then we'll switch sides. Grab hold of your big toes with your peace fingers and kind of shift towards the onto your tailbone, so coming onto your back, and then engaging the core, opening the chest, and then try to bring slowly, first maybe just bending the knees, holding onto your big toes with your peace finger, just staying here, bending the knees, feeling your core work, your hips work, and then maybe you can extend your legs long without losing balance, and if you lose balance, then just come back in, breathing here, and then slowly letting go of your toes and finding full boat pose Navasana, breathing here, inhale, exhale, lower down, Ardha Navasana. Inhale, come back, Navasana. Bend your knees, coming into Sukhasana. This time the left leg is in front. Inhaling into your straight back. Exhale, one forward fold. On your exhale, maybe folding just a tad deeper. And then on your inhale, coming back up. One more time, grabbing your toes with your peace fingers. Shifting back a bit, uncrossing your legs, keeping your knees bent like this first, and then slowly engaging the core, bringing your legs straight, breathing here, and then maybe moving your legs together, letting go of of your toes, Navasana. Inhale, exhale, lower down, Ardha Navasana. Back to Navasana. You can keep your knees bent as well. And then coming into your Baddha Konasana, so your soles of the feet are touching. Inhaling into that straight back. Exhale, forward fold. Bringing your nose close to your toes, but keeping your spine straight, so not rounding your back too much here. And then slowly coming back up and just moving on to your back. So coming to lay down, we'll just move through one quick bridge pose and then you're released. Released into Shavasana. So bending your knees, stepping your feet a little closer to your sitting bones. You can kind of tickle the backs of your heels. Palms are flat. On your next inhale, lift your hips high. Maybe walk your shoulders in a bit. Clasp the hands beneath your back. And just pressing your hips into the sky. Your feet are parallel. Being careful that you're not splaying out your knees wide. They're staying kind of like you can imagine that you have a block between your thighs that you're trying not to drop. Opening your chest. One more breath. Deep exhale. Last inhale. And on your exhale, slowly lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Hugging your knees into your body. Curling up into a little ball. Just extend your left leg out long, hugging your right knee into your body. And then just one quick stretch here. Stretching your right foot high towards the ceiling. You can hold on to the back of your thigh, to your calf. Maybe you can reach your toes. One quick stretch. Being careful that your left hip doesn't come off of the mat. Your shoulders are on the mat. Breathing here. And then slowly bending your right knee again. Hugging your left knee back into your body. Extending the right knee this time. The right leg this time, so your right leg is out long. And again, stretching your left leg towards the sky now. You can grab hold of your thigh, or of your calf, or your toe, whatever is comfortable here. I'm just going to hold on to my calf here. One more breath. And then bending that left knee, bending your right knee, giving yourself another big hug. Maybe bringing your forehead towards your knees. Just really engaging every muscle in your body. And then slowly bringing your shoulders back to the mat. And then just letting your knees drop over to the right side. Finding one last spinal twist. Extend your left arm out long, looking over your left shoulder. Couple of breaths here. And then coming through center and letting your knees fall over to the left. Your right arm extends towards the right and you're looking over your right shoulder. Your left hand can rest maybe on your right knee. You can also extend it out. Whatever feels good here. Whatever deepens your stretch, your spinal twist. And then coming through center again, giving yourself one last big hug. And then releasing into your Shavasana, extending your legs out long, your arms to the side of your body, ankles fall open. And we'll just take 3 deep breaths together. So the video isn't gonna spend too much time in Shavasana, but please feel free to just let the video come to an end, and you can stay in Shavasana and come out of it as and when you wish. So we'll take 3 deep breaths together, inhaling through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out through your open mouth. 2 more like this. Inhale. Exhale. And 1 last breath. Inhale. And exhale, letting it all out. And then returning your breathing to normal. Not engaging your Ujjayi breath anymore. Like I said, as you wish, if you'd like to stay in Shavasana and just kind of let this video play out on its own and come back and continue on with your day on your own time, please feel free to do that. If you're a bit pressed for time and you need to get going, spending another maybe 1 or 2 breaths here, and then bringing some movements into your feet, into your hands, finding a big stretch, stretching your arms overhead, hugging your knees into your body, and just letting yourself fall over to the right. And then in your own time, coming to that comfortable seated position, maybe Sukhasana, maybe hero pose. Just enjoying a few more moments of stillness before you carry on with your day. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you've enjoyed the class. Feel free to browse my YouTube channel for more classes. Bringing the hands in front of your heart, bowing your head. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for your time. Namaste.